The Audio Drama Initiative presents Closing the Distance.
Hi, I'm Tawni O'Dell. This next episode of Closing the Distance is about loneliness. We've all been feeling it to varying degrees during this pandemic. Some of us have a spouse or children or even a roommate to share the stress of shelter in place. But others of us are single and living completely alone now, separated not only from those we care about, but also from the camaraderie of strangers we used to enjoy in theaters, at ball games, and restaurants and bars. Even the unthinkable is happening. People are actually missing their jobs. The following piece is about a man who thought he knew how to live a solitary life. But after his local bar closes, he discovers how much he valued the regulars, despite never knowing their last names. As long as he could sit on his stool in the corner every night, he was never truly alone. Now he is. And in his isolation, he's forced to re-examine his life. I invite you now to listen to the beloved actor Tony Danza, known for creating some of the most endearing and enduring sitcom characters in TV history, as he delivers a heart-rending performance in Second Thoughts.
I don't like to drink alone. I think that's probably the only thing that kept me from being a full-fledged drunk. My ex-wife would disagree. She'd tell you I'm a lush. She'd tell you I'm a lot of other things, too. And maybe half of them would be true, and maybe one of them would be the reason we split up. Maybe two of them. But it wasn't the drinking. I never drank at home. I don't count beer. I mean, you can't be a sports fan and not drink beer. My wife understood that much. There's no way I could have kicked back, watched the Mets game without a cold one in my hand. It would have been unnatural. But I never brought a drop of hard liquor into the house. Not even when Mickey Callaway left Alonso on the bench with the bases loaded in the 8th inning against the Nats. See, I don't like to drink alone. But now I got no choice. All the bars are closed. We're not supposed to leave our homes or hang out with anybody. I've been going to the same bar for almost 10 years now, every night. It's not some hole in the wall that, where people drink just to get drunk. I've hung out at my share of those in the past. But I turned over a new leaf after the divorce. Yeah, well, maybe saying I turned over a leaf is kind of an exaggeration. More like I picked up the leaf, I looked under it, and then I put it back down again. I knew I was going to keep drinking. And if I was going to stop myself from becoming the lush my wife said I was, which I wasn't, something had to change. I needed to find a more pleasant drinking environment. One with windows. The Terrace Steakhouse is a nice restaurant, kind of upscale even. Serves a great Angus ribeye, and the grilled jumbo shrimp is something else too. I've never eaten there. I can't afford it. But I seen the food go by, and I watched other people eat it and send their compliments to the chef. I had my own stool near the end, farthest away from the door. Jen and Katrina, they did their best to hold it for me on busy nights and made sure when I was there, the TV across from me had on a Mets game. And if there was a Yankee game, they put it on the TV behind me. Yeah, I was friendly with all the bartenders, not just Jen and Kat, but they were my favorites. And not just because they were both good-looking women. Jen, she's a redhead with a great bod, kind of woman, gets hit on all the time. Yeah, once the customers get drunk enough. None of these guys would ever have the nerve otherwise. She's pushing 40, still gets lots of offers. But I noticed lately her rejections don't sound as cocky as they used to. She's single, never been married. She tells people she's had plenty of offers, but no one's ever rung her bell. Kat's a little broader and a little older. I know, because I heard her tell Jen one night she and her husband were giving up trying to have kids now that she's past 40. I didn't try to hear that. I didn't want to hear it. I mean, it made me sad. This Kat's a lot of fun, and I think she'd have made a great mom. And she's a Mets fan, a real Mets fan. She does this hilarious rant about Cespedes not being able to get out of bed in the morning without pulling a hamstring. And, hey, she cried like a baby when we heard Jacob won his second Cy Young. That is Colleen and Kayla and Frank and Raphael, the other bartenders. And there's the other regulars, is Jake and Ray, Mimi and Greg, Paul and Judy, and the guy with the comb over that we all call comb over. I've been thinking about them a lot. You hear how we're lucky to have social media. We have the internet. At least we can text and call our loved ones. We can Skype and FaceTime and all that other stuff. But I don't even know their last names. I never thought to ask. I always thought I'd see them again. I drink alone now. Something I promised I'd never do. But I have to do everything alone now. I'm alone. Even the Mets are gone. I think about Jen. I wonder how she's doing. She's alone too. Is she as sad as me? And scared? And friggin' bored? Is she drinking alone? It's easy to do. There might not be any food in the grocery stores, but there's still plenty of booze, and they deliver curbside. I wonder if she's wishes she'd gone ahead and married some guy even though her bell sat silent. Maybe there are things more important than all that clanging. I wonder if Kat's thinking about the kids she and her husband never had. I wonder if that loss hurts more now, because she can imagine having them home with her and filling their empty house with noise. Or maybe she's glad. Maybe she's glad she never had kids. Maybe she's glad she doesn't have to worry about them getting sick. Maybe she's glad she doesn't have to explain to them why they can't go to school or see their friends or go to the mall or a movie or a ball game. Maybe she's glad she doesn't have to worry about how her family's going to survive in this new world. I've been thinking about calling my own kids. There's been a couple of times this past week when I reached that point between being drunk enough and being too drunk where you just think anything is possible. Well, you think your daughter might finally forgive you for whatever the hell it was that you did that made her hate you so much. Or your son's voice, will be young and hopeful and happy to hear from you. He'll be excited to go to the game. Not the cold, condescending, grown-up bull duty you get from him now. Did it ever occur to you your mother might lie? I want to shout at him. Maybe she's not such a friggin' saint. Maybe I don't deserve everything I got. always blamed her. I always blamed her. But I've been re-examining things with all this time on my hands and all this vodka on my curb. Hey, look, I know I'm not a drunk, no matter what she says. I never drank at home. That's not why it fell apart. But she'd also tell you that I was selfish and I was angry. Maybe that was true. I'm sorry. I never meant to be. Hey, maybe that's what I should say. You know, all I need to say, hi, it's your dad. I'm sorry. I never meant to be mean to you. I'm worried. I gotta be honest. I'm just worried about a lot. I lost my job. I won't be getting it back. I'm too old to start over and too young to stop. I got no money in the bank. I worry about my kids. I worry about my mom. I even worry about my ex. She's got a husband now, but he's a schmuck. Most of all, I'm worried about me. 'Cause there's nobody else doing that now. And somebody has to do it or I'm completely lost. It's kind of like that old saying, when a tree falls in the forest and there's no one there to hear it, does it make a sound? I need to know. Do you exist if no one loves you? See, I never drank alone. I never drank at home. But I have no choice now. A couple more shots, I might get up the nerve. I just want to hear a voice. I just want to ask her, was I really that bad?
Second Thoughts was written by Tawni O'Dell and performed by Tony Danza. It was directed by Mitchell Maxwell and produced by Lou Aronica and Mitchell Maxwell. The sound design is by Josh Milliken, and Carl Verwerk was the general manager. The song The In-Between was written by Casey Brevis and Sam Shuey and was performed by Alex Blue, Casey Brevis, and Sam Shuey. You can get it wherever music is sold or streamed. For a complete list of credits, visit us at audiodramainitiative.com.
I never really liked the quiet. I'd always choose the music and the crowd. But now the only voice I hear is whispering, slow down. The little things you never notice,
the comfort in the closeness of a hand, and all the ways we lead each other safely back to land.
To understand, oh, that something happens in the in-between.
The distance shows I've never known the forest for the trees.
It's beautiful, it's strange as something changes in the in-between.